So if you stumbled across this video, I just want to give you a pat on the back first and foremost, because I'm about to save you about 4 years of painstaking work, time, energy, effort, and money. I'm not joking. What I'm about to break down in today's video is probably going to be the most important stuff I talk about on this channel in its entire 6 years of being on the internet. I am deadly not joking. And by the way, I'm going to keep this extremely raw, unedited, because I want to weed out exactly all of those kids that just cannot focus. In fact, you'll actually see in this video exactly how these bigger names, I'm not going to say any names in this video or anything like that, because I don't want to spark any sort of like fake internet beef. I'm not here for the clout chasing or the fake internet beef. I'm not here for that. Although this will probably be quite controversial. The reason why I say that is because we're going to be talking about how these gurus use what I like to call the paradox of practice. They use all these flashy animations. They use all these crazy Netflix style dramatic edited videos. They spend thousands of dollars on these crazy lenses. And don't get me wrong, I've upgraded my camera and stuff like that because I talk about personal branding. And then they'll sell you on a business model, all these big gurus, they'll sell you on a business model that they're not even partaking in themselves. Or they'll actually get rich talking about the business model that they're pushing instead of actually the business model itself. Believe me, I was there. My agency got overtook by my personal brand. I said, I'm not doing no personal branding. My agency anymore. I'm going to go full on in a personal brand and tell people that personal branding is actually a better business model. Believe me, I used to be one of these SMMA gurus. I won't say guru, but I just thought, I didn't know the knowledge that I have now, and I thought SMMA was the best business model. Now, if you ask me, I would never start an agency ever again. I would never, ever run an agency ever again. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to play some videos in here and back every claim I make up with proof. So if you can't sit down for 5 minutes and you've got a Looney Tune brain, I want you to click off this video and go and watch Peppa Pig right now. You guys are so junked up on the dopamine hitting retention edits that you can't even sit down and focus for yourselves. This is, like I said in the last video, this is not Peppa Pig. I'm here to show you how to actually free your family, how to actually make money. And it's right in front of your guys' face. And it's almost like you can't grasp it, you can't see it. And I'm gonna show you it in this video right here. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the video right now. So I got sent a video, right, of this dude, and he's basically breaking down the last 4 years of his life trying to run an agency. He used to have a YouTube channel. He was pulling in hundreds of thousands of views on his channel, and he went and spoke to one of the big gurus in the SMMA space. I'm not gonna say any names. In fact, I'm gonna cover up the names and cut out all of the names, right? Because I don't wanna spark any sort of like fake internet beef. I'm not here for that, right? This guy then went on to speak to that particular big guru. The guru said to stop posting on YouTube and to go all in on SMMA, which was the biggest, dumbest, stupidest mistake anybody can make. In fact, if you don't believe, I'm just gonna roll the clip right now and I'm gonna let him do the talking. By the way, I am not affiliated with this guy in any way, shape, or form. I don't even know this guy's name, in fact. I actually got sent this video through a YouTube video of another YouTuber breaking down this video. So another YouTuber was breaking down this exact video. I got sent the YouTube video of him breaking down this video. So I wanted to make a video around this because what this guy is saying needs to be heard. It needs to be heard because it will save you 4 years of your life. Because I know a lot of you guys are out here watching YouTube videos. You've seen all these big dudes in these elaborate flashy cars. They've got all these crazy Rolexes, Audemars, all these, all these watches. And some of you guys are young. You're not able to see through all of the flashiness, all the flashy animations, all the Netflix style storytelling, all of the dramatic music, the rises. You know that they specifically put that music in there for you to feel a certain emotion in order for you to start clicking their links? How crazy is that? And you guys can't even see past that. That's why I'm just doing my videos raw from here on out. Just doing them absolutely raw. Because I know what I've got to say is valuable and it will change your life if you listen. I am not trying to cover up the fluff that I'm speaking, because I don't speak fluff. I know there's a lot of these dudes are speaking a bunch of fluff and they spruce up the fluff, but it's still fluff. It's just fluff with spruce on it. So let me roll this video for you guys and actually let you guys see what I'm trying to say.
I'm never going to forgive what this guy told me to do when I got on a Zoom call with him when I was 18 years old, because quite frankly, it wasted 4 years of my life. I want to paint a really quick picture just so you can understand the situation I was in when I was 18 years old. So this is my YouTube channel. As you can see, that's my face, millions of views on my content, and hundreds of thousands of subscribers. This was posted 6 years ago. That was around the time that I got on a call with and said to him, look, what do I do? I have a YouTube channel. I'm getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views every single month. What do I do with this? And this guy did two things. The first thing he did is he convinced me to pay him £6,000 so he can run ads to my info product store that I was running for my YouTube. Now, this is for another story, but I lost all that money and I will never pay that man ever again. The story that I want to specifically focus on today is he also told me that this was not a good business model, that I should be focusing on building a social media marketing agency. This is where I am honestly so annoyed that I listened to this guy's fucking advice. When you're 18 and you're a bloke and you want to make money, you are incredibly impressionable. And when this guy who's flashing a Patek Philippe and showing me all this cool shit tells me to start a social media marketing agency, I listened to him, and it was a stupid idea. So I stopped posting on YouTube and I went all in with a social media marketing agency. And here's what happened, right? Cool. 4 years of my life down the drain, didn't make any money from a social media marketing agency. After running my agency, all this momentum that I had on my YouTube channel completely went to shit. You know what's the massive kicker here, right? What really drives me mad is when this guy told me to go all in on an SMMA and stop posting on YouTube and building my personal brand, he did the complete opposite. He shut down his social media marketing agency and went all in on his personal brand, and now he has multi-millions of followers because he knows that building a personal brand and posting content is the fastest way to grow a business. Whereas an SMMA where you send cold emails and tell people you can run Facebook ads for dentists is the worst business model out there. So before you go all in and pay him thousands of dollars for one of his courses and start a social media marketing agency, just keep my story in the back of your head, because this guy did not buy a $450,000 Maybach from his marketing agency. He was able to do all of this because he's got nearly 5 million subscribers. And if you don't think that's the case, you're a idiot.
So as you guys can see from that video, this is a dude that started a marketing agency and he had a YouTube channel at the age of like 18 years old, and for the next 4 years, because he spoke to a certain somebody, first of all, they got him as an inbound lead. This is another thing I need to break down in this video. The first thing I really need to break down in this video is notice how, and this is obviously a terrible example, but notice how this guy said that he went to that guru, and that guru got that person, this guy what's making the complaint here, to pay him $6,000. So he paid the guru $6,000 because he went to him. And this same guru, by the way, I'm not going to mention any names. I actually don't want to spark any sort of internet beef, and this is not a personal attack or anything like that. But I want you to notice how that's what you call an inbound lead, first and foremost. So this person was known for having a info product marketing agency, right? And they would tell you guys to do a bunch of cold outreach. When this guy literally, and he didn't even mean to do this, subconsciously he just told you the truth that he went to that guru. As in, he went inbound to that guru because they had content on the internet. That already proves one of my points. That's point number one. That was an inbound lead. This guy went to that guru to work with them, and that guru charged him $6,000 to work with him as a client for their agency. So that already proves that inbound leads work better than cold outbound. Cold outbound is when you send a bunch of cold outreach, try chase clients. Nobody really buys like that these days, especially not in 2024 going into 2025, 2026. Nobody really buys like that anymore. It's very saturated. I'll explain that in a minute. The second point I need to make is notice how this particular guru has done the complete opposite of what they preach. These dudes, and I call this the paradox of practice. The paradox of practice states that a guru will tell you to go and do ABC whilst they go and do XYZ. And make all of their money doing this thing over here. So gurus will tell you to go and start a marketing agency, right? Do a bunch of cold outreach and sell B2B services. And then when you look at how they're actually making all their money, they're doing the direct polar opposite of what you're doing. Let me give you an example. They're creating content. You're sending cold outreach. Those two things are diametrically opposed. One is cold, one is, and it doesn't build an audience. One is warm and it does build an audience. If you had a spectrum of the polar opposites, you would be over here doing cold outreach, while these guys all run ads or create content and build warm communities and warm audiences. They build what you call social leverage. I call this social leverage. You, after sending 4 years like this guy of cold outreach, it builds absolutely nothing. He's got nothing to fall back on this. In fact, he had a channel pulling in hundreds of thousands of views, which he should have kept up, and he stopped doing that. And now he's got nothing to fall back on, so he's pretty much in the same position as everybody else. As a complete beginner coming to this game now, with his quote-unquote agency, the reason for that is because doing cold outreach is a short-term solution to a long-term problem. I repeat, it's a short-term solution, a very short-term solution to a long-term problem. The longest-term problem you can ever have in any sort of business is getting customers and acquiring clients, right? And doing cold outreach and sending a bunch of cold outreach is a short-term play, because it doesn't fix the root problem over time. Whereas building an audience and a brand online does that. Example here, or should I say exhibit A, this guy used to have a YouTube channel, right? Which was getting hundreds of thousands of views on some of his videos. He had thousands of subscribers. That is what you call warm audience being built. That's social leverage. I'll give you another reason why cold outreach sucks really, really bad. Let's say you want to reach, and one of the videos you saw has like 140,000-ish views on one of this guy's videos, right? In order for you to do cold outreach and reach out to the same number of people, that would be 140,000 outreach you would need to do. I've actually calculated this out for you, right? Just to give you some actual real numbers. If this guy wanted to reach the same number of people as just one of his YouTube videos, remember, this guy is pulling in hundreds of thousands of views from his YouTube channel on one video. One of the videos got 140,000 plus views. If he was to try and do cold outreach, which is a form of one-to-one marketing, where you have to individually find 140,000 businesses and reach out to them, even if we said that it only takes 5 minutes just to write a personalized email or do a cold call, if you take the 140,000 times it by 5 minutes of work per outreach that he's doing, that would literally be 700,000 minutes of work he would need to do just to compete with just one of his own YouTube videos. So please tell me why this guy decided and thought it was a good idea to stop posting on YouTube. I have no idea what was going through this guy's brain. Like he said, he was 18 and very impressionable, but I just can't see the logic in that. Why on earth would you kill so much momentum and potential in a YouTube channel? Now he's gone back to ground zero, literally killed his entire momentum. Got to start again. All that hard work for nothing. Absolutely insane. Which, by the way, if you do the maths on that, 700,000 minutes is 11,666 hours of work doing cold outreach, which works out to be 486 days. That's over a year. That's a year and 100 and something days. 120 days or something like that. Of just sheer work doing cold outreach back to back. If each cold outreach took 5 minutes, just to compete with one of his videos. That is the power of what you call social leverage. Social leverage is your ability to push out one piece of content that then is able to reach thousands of people from one piece of work. For example, this YouTube video right here that you're watching might get 100 views, it might get 200 views, it might get 1,000 views. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. I'm putting in the work one time, I'm putting it out there, and my marketing message in here, just my message in general, is being seen by more than one person. It's being seen by maybe 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, however many views it gets over a period of, a month time. Whatever it is, whatever the number is, insert it here. You see the difference? To do cold outreach and reach the same number of people as this guy, you would literally need to find 140,000 businesses and reach out to them. So that's my next point. This guy had social leverage and he gave it up just to listen to all these flashy gurus and go start a marketing agency and try and pretend that he knows Facebook ads, doing a whole bunch of cold outreach, which again is literally insane. Now, on the flip side, I just want to show you a student of mine called Knox. I got this message sent to me yesterday, literally not even 24 hours ago. So this is stuff that's working right now. So if you want to scale to 10K per month with some sort of business, you're better off starting an information synthesizer business by building a personal brand, taking the knowledge and skills that you have or you can acquire. Key word there being can acquire. You can learn anything on the internet for free. Go and acquire actual skills people want. Go and help a niche by actually getting good at those skills yourself, and then sell the solutions to that particular niche and help them go from point A to point B. I call this information synthesis, and it's the most factually accurate way to scale to 10K per month, 20K per month, 50K a month, 100K a month. I've even seen some of the favorite gurus, your favorite gurus, make almost $4 million a month with this business model. It's the most common path you will find for anybody to become a millionaire in today's day and age, because we live in what you call the creator's economy. So I'm just gonna run this clip real quick, and you can literally hear the voice note that Knox has sent me, basically breaking down how he's been able to close a $2,500 client, and all he has to do is speak to this client 2 times a week on Zoom and send over some resources / scripts.
Yo guys, so just thought I'd hop on and share since I just got off a call and I'm hyped. So basically, this is pretty awesome. So I put a Calendly link in my Instagram, and literally someone booked a call with me. We hopped on a call, and he's willing to pay $2,500 for basically just 2 calls a week and some scripts. Like, it's that easy. Like, it's pretty great. Just thought I'd share. It's super neat to see that people actually, will buy from you when you start building up trust with them, and when you give them a reason to trust you instead of just doing cold outreach. So thanks, Montel. Like I said, only just getting started, but thought I'd share this small win. So yeah.
The way how this stuff works, by the way, is that Knox has a skill in videography, right? And he helps other people learn videography. So here's the dilemma Knox was in. And I can guarantee that most of you guys are in this dilemma, because I was in the same position as well. You guys think way too B2B style. What I mean by that is you'll go and learn a skill like Facebook ads, and then you'll go and try and do Facebook ads for other businesses. And what that immediately does is it categorizes you as an agency, and categorization leads to death. Because think about it, there's only a certain number of niches. Don't get me wrong, there's a big list of niches. For example, there's real estate, e-commerce, dentistry, there's gym businesses, roofing, solar panels. You get the point. There's these different niches, and then there's different services that you can offer each different niche. For example, one might be email marketing, one might be copywriting, one might be funnel building, one might be Facebook ads, one might be Google ads, one might be Snapchat ads, or whatever it is, right? So you've got these two different variables, and each one of those, you've got two different options you can choose, different niche, and then you've got a different service. And then what you guys are doing is you're trying to take a different niche, you're trying to take one niche, and you're just picking a service, and you're trying to throw that service onto a niche. What I've told Knox to do is not to do that, because he's tried to scale a marketing agency around this videography stuff that he's doing, right? Because he has the skill. It's just that he's not thinking outside the box, and you guys need to start thinking outside the box. The way how I get you to do this, and the easiest way for you to think of this is the way how I like to say it is, you need to reskin what you're doing. Instead of selling the thing and the easiest way to do this is, instead of selling it B2B, why don't you just sell it B2C? Let me give you an example. Instead of trying to do Facebook ads for a business, right? And you actually know Facebook ads, and you're trying to offer that as a one-to-one service, why don't you just take that same Facebook ad skill and you teach it to just everyday regular people that want to start their own side hustles? See what I'm trying to say? So you've gone from B2B to B2C. And by the way, if you look into every single one of your favorite gurus, which is why this guy is absolutely pissed, the guy I showed you at the start of this video that's tried to start a marketing agency, the third point is this. Every one of your gurus, right, is doing the direct opposite you are. Like I said, the first one is they're not doing cold outreach. They're either running ads, creating content, and building an audience, which is the diametrically opposed thing you can do. It's literally the polar opposite of what you're doing right now. The second thing they're doing is they're not selling B2B, they're selling primarily B2C. As in, if you take a look at some of the big names in the game, anybody, insert your favorite guru here. They used to start off with B2B services, so they would offer some sort of done-for-you, one-to-one service, right, for a business. That might be Facebook ads, or that might be Google ads, or whatever it actually is. And then they went and built their own business in a successful way doing that, right? And then all they did is they took that same skill set and just taught it to regular people, B2C style. So they went from B2B to B2C. The next thing I noticed that they've done is, instead of selling a service, they've moved into what I like to call selling digital leverage, which is an online course, a program, digital downloads, coaching, mentoring, and I call that selling a transformation instead. So I've noticed that if you make those three shifts, you go from doing cold outreach to building an audience, you go from selling B2B to B2C, much more scalable that way, and you go from selling a one-to-one service to digital programs, aka digital leverage, you're gonna get rich. And I'm not joking, this is the most common path. You can literally look into every single one of your favorite gurus right now. Go and look into their channels, go and look into their journeys, and they all do the same thing. Why is that? Why is that? Like, literally sit down and think, why is it that every single person I know that's doing more than like $1 million a year, $2 million a year, $10 million a year, that have got these crazy high net worths, right? They always go from B2B to B2C. They go from doing cold outreach to actually building content online. They go from, and running ads as well. And they go from selling services to selling transformations in terms of digital programs, courses, ebooks, mentoring, consulting. They all do the exact same thing. And this is what this guy is basically pissed off about. It's called the paradox of practice. Your favorite gurus right now are not getting rich from what they say they are. And I would never ever run an agency again. I don't even think I wouldn't even recommend it most times. The reason why is because it's just super saturated. It keeps you in this one-dimensional thinking capacity. You're not thinking outside the box. You're just doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. You go out there, you pick a service, you pick a niche. You don't even know why you're picking those niches and services. The majority of people that run agencies, right, have no business running an agency. They've never run a Facebook ad before in their lives. They don't even know how to get customers for their own marketing agency using marketing. Do you know how insane that is? Imagine, right, a overweight dude, extremely obese dude, trying to give you tips on how to scale your business, right? Or even saying that I can help you get fit. And this guy is literally 300 pounds. You would be like, how can you give me advice on how to do a certain thing? It's the same thing with you guys. You guys are literally trying to run a marketing agency, a Facebook ads agency, for example, and you don't even know how to get clients for your own Facebook ads agency using Facebook ads. So you're not even practicing what you preach. For example, Adam, one of my students, he knows how to flip cars, just closed his third client, like literally when he first started this, 0 followers online, 0 audience, just like Knox, by the way, 0 audience, no followers. All they do is just start posting organically. Knox even says it in himself in the voice note I just showed you. The client booked in a call with him on his calendar, jumped on a call with him, they had the call, and Knox said it was one of the easiest calls he's ever had. Like the easiest calls he's ever had. He was just willing to pay him $2,500 just like that. The reason for that is because inbound works so much better than outbound. Attracting clients works better than chasing clients. Think about everything you've bought in your life, from the computer you're listening to this on a mobile phone, or the camera I'm using, to the clothes that you wear, to the watch brands that you go to. You always, to the car you're driving, it's you always going out of your way to go and get those things because they've branded themselves in a certain way. So you already know that this stuff works because you see it happening around you all day, every day. You know that BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, they all build brands and spend ridiculous amounts of money on advertising and marketing. And you think you can just get rich by sending a bunch of cold outreach to people and pestering people. When was the last time you actually bought something for $1,000 plus because a complete stranger that you've never heard before of messaged you with an email? I personally can't remember. I don't even think I've ever bought anything like that. The only person I know that's bought something like that genuinely in my immediate family is literally like my nana, and she got scammed for like $50 off of like one of those Amazon scams. I am not even joking. That's a real story, by the way. It's a real story. Nana, if you watch this, I'm sorry, I had to kind of tell them, but that's literally a real story. So guys, what I'm trying to break down in this video is please be careful of the paradox of practice. All these gurus are telling you to start this thing over here. They're showing you the shiny stuff over here, and then really they're making all their money over here. So what can you take from this? Number one, I want you to start building your own audience instead of doing cold outreach. You have to trust me on this one. If you don't believe me, just go and look into all your favorite gurus. Why is it that they all end up on YouTube or growing something on Instagram or TikTok? They use video to grow their brand. They use ads to grow their brand. They have funnels. Whether that's a school funnel, whether that's a VSL funnel. They have free trainings. You click a link, you go through their free training, you book in a call, or you buy off their page. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? You need to stop watching what these gurus are saying and do what they're doing. Stop listening to gurus and replicate what they're doing, right? The second thing you need to do is start thinking about reskinning what you're good at and selling it B2B. So reskin, for example, Knox. He tried to run an agency. Couldn't get clients, man. Just couldn't get clients with the cold outreach stuff. I told him, stop doing cold outreach. Build a brand around it instead. This guy puts a calendar link in his description, in his bio. Somebody clicks on that link, books in, jumps on a call with him, and is willing to pay straight away. The same thing with Adam. Adam literally got his first client by posting on TikTok from a brand new page. These guys, by the way, aren't experts. They're scared to put themselves out on camera. Every single one of them had the same, excuses or even just setbacks. It was almost like limiting beliefs that you have. They were scared to be on camera. Didn't want to be on camera. They didn't want to switch out from SMA because they were so sold in by all these gurus. They didn't want to start ISP. They wanted to do SMA. So sold into it. They wanted to sell services. They didn't think they were an expert enough to even post content on the internet and get people to listen to them. They were scared that their family were going to judge them. They didn't believe they had good camera equipment. They believed they didn't know what to say on camera. They also didn't feel comfortable charging money for the stuff that they didn't know because they didn't feel like they're an expert enough. These are all so common, guys, that it's like, they're so common, they're getting boring to even hear. No offense to everybody, because I know what it's like starting as a beginner, but everybody goes through these. The point is, you're not special. Not in a negative way, but you're just not special. We all have this. We all have this struggle. Next thing I need you to do is start, like I said, reskinning the stuff that you do. So if you do want to do video editing and videography, that doesn't necessarily mean there's more ways to skin the cat, is what I'm trying to say. You've got to reskin it. There's B2B selling, there's B2C selling. I'm telling you right now, if you just take the same skill that you have, and instead of, like, it can literally make the world of difference. Just by trying to sell videography, right? B2B style, changing it to B2C style, could make just that one change alone, could just set it off for you. Just that one change alone. You're still making money through your passion, which is, let's say your passion's actually videography, right? You're good with video, you know what lenses, gear to get, the lighting setup, 3-point lighting. You videographers know what I'm talking about. Let's say you know all that stuff. Instead of trying to sell it B2B style and have no luck with that, which is what most people do right now. It's that same one-dimensional thinking. Knox couldn't get clients for months. He then just reskinned what he was doing and just said, you know what, instead of just offering this as a service, I'm just gonna teach what I know to people that don't know videography. So I'm already making $5,000 a month with my videography business. I'm just gonna help people with that. The reason why that's more ethical than running an agency is because when you run an agency, let's really get down to the brass tacks of things, because this pisses me off so much. When you run an agency, the majority of people do not know what they're talking about. They have zero skills, they don't even know how to run Facebook ads, yet they're trying to sell Facebook ads to a business owner. And they're literally bullshitting their way through it by using media buyers results. So if you want to get down to the brass tacks of things of, what's considered a scam, how can you sit there knowing full well you don't have a clue what you're doing when it comes to Facebook ads and you're trying to sell that? And then you're looking at people like Knox, who actually has made money through videography. He's actually good at what he does. This guy's gear is amazing, by the way. He's got like Amaran friggin' lighting setups all over his crib and whatnot. He knows about soft boxes, grids, what lighting to get, equipment to get, lenses, focal lengths, depth of field, bokeh effects. He knows all of this stuff. All of this stuff. He actually has skills. He knows video editing, retention editing, how to make pop-in TikToks, all that sort of stuff. So he has, and he's made money from his skills, by the way. He's self-validated them on himself, building up his own brand with his own stuff, made money from that. And now he can actually go and sell that as a transformation, whether that be a digital product, coaching, mentoring, that sort of stuff. That to me is more ethical, 110%, because he's actually done the thing. That's almost like learning how to drive a car for yourself, driving and actually passing, and then being like, you know what, I know how to drive, so I'm gonna help other people drive. That's all there is to it. There's no manipulation. There's no cutting corners. There's no lying and pretending you know Facebook ads when you don't. You know full well you don't. Most of you on here listening to me right now know full well you don't have a clue when it comes to Facebook ads. How to run ads, how to do the back end lead nurturing in the back end with leads, following up with leads. Don't even have a system for that. Yet you're trying to sell Facebook ads to business owners that are just trying to get by and feed their families. And then you're looking at all these course sellers and being like, how can they say sell courses, blah, 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 blah. They're getting all their money from courses. And I'm like, yo, bro, you don't even know how to run a Facebook ad. And you're trying to run a Facebook ad agency. How insane is that? At least these people actually have skills of what they're doing and they're able to sell that to other people because they know what they're doing. That's the key. You actually have to know what you're doing. That's the reason why I love this business model, because you can't bullshit it. You actually have to know what you're talking about. And that, by the way, doesn't take long to figure out. If you dedicate just 90 days of your life to one specific skill, I am telling you, after 90 days, you'll be an absolute genius in that skill if you take it serious. This is how I got good at sales. This is how I got good at building a brand, my actual personal brand. This is how I got good at building my own agency using Upwork. You guys know, if you go back on my channel, you will always hear me mention the 90-day challenge, the 90-day challenge, the 90-day challenge. What I used to do is I literally just used to lock myself in a room and just read sales books. For example, when I was trying to look, my original first ever 90-day challenge was me sitting down in a room and just reading sales books, listening to nothing but sales audio and watching nothing but sales videos. After 90 days, I felt extremely sharp when it came to sales. You do that all day for 90 days straight. You become an absolute genius at this. Most people don't want to do this though. They want to build a business where they don't have to have a skill. They want to just remain faceless on the internet and not have to post themselves out there. They just want to remain comfortable in their bedroom, watch a bunch of videos online, and not really invest in themselves and just try and throw out a bunch of cold outreach by hiding behind the computer screen and get rich that way. Those days are done. Those days are done. Those days are absolutely done. We live in the creator's economy now. In fact, if you don't believe, I'm going to leave a free training below on how I scaled myself to a 50K per month information synthesizer business, how I actually did it step by step, and it's actually friggin' valuable. I am not joking. I've had like 700-ish people watch this, and a bunch of people have reached back out to me saying this was absolutely insane. I won't be surprised if I start getting testimonials from people just watching my free training and just implementing it by themselves for free. Could almost guarantee in the next couple of weeks, I bet you any money I start posting on this YouTube channel, this very YouTube channel, how so-and-so went through my free friggin' training and made more money from my free training than in the last like 2 weeks than they did 6 months of trying to run an agency. So guys, don't waste 4 years of your life trying to build and scale a broken business model. The way how agency stuff is, it's just not that. Like if it was that good, why do you think these gurus eventually just turn to YouTube and start getting into coaching and consulting and selling courses around it? It's because the money's in the personal branding and the information synthesis. So my whole argument is this: why don't you just start with the ISB stuff? Learn a skill, actually get good at it, want to serve humanity, make a transformation for yourself. Take yourself from point A to point B. It doesn't need to be massive. You just need to be 2 steps ahead of somebody, 1 step ahead of somebody, and then help other people that were in your situation. Let's say me, for example. The me 6 years ago knew nothing about any of this. So all I would do is just help the old version of me. You are your own niche. You are your own most profitable niche as well. So guys, be careful of the paradox. The paradox of practice. Be careful of all this and falling for all these business models, especially when you can see that the majority of these people are getting hundreds of thousands of views from their YouTube channels. Do you know what hundreds of thousands of views does to your business? If you've got any sort of business, whether that's coaching, digital product, I'm not even joking. Let me explain. Just this week, right? It's been my birthday. On the 11th of March, I turned 28, which was crazy. Thank you everybody for wishing me happy birthday. In the last 3 days alone, on my birthday, I had 4 people enrolled into my program, not spoke to anybody. This was literally on my birthday. I was out and about shopping for my birthday, dancing around with my family. I linked up with the family, had a very amazing time. Ate good food, laughed, giggled. I was away from the office. Made $2,000 from 4 people enrolled into the program. The next day, I had a 3.5K payment coming. So this is me out of office. I'm not saying this to brag, by the way. I'm just saying this is how powerful building social leverage is and building a personal brand is and synthesizing information. $2,000 on my birthday. The very next day, 3.5K. So that's already 5.5K. And then today is literally she's passed away, my mother's birthday. I woke up today to an extra $1,000 because 2 people decided to enroll into my program. Now, I'm not trying to push the program or pull you towards the program or anything like that. I'm just showing you that I've been away from the office for 3 entire days to enjoy my birthday. I've literally been celebrating, eating good food, getting fat. I don't even know if I can get fat. Getting fat. And I've still pulled in like 6.5K in the last 3 days, flat. And I've not spoke to a single person. Not had any Zoom calls. I've not done any cold outreach. I haven't done cold outreach since 2022. I haven't chased anybody. My profit margins are 97%. The service delivery I have to do is pretty much hands off. Just 1 call a week with my group, answering questions whenever they need me, and that's it. And the crazy thing is, I get better results from doing that than trying to pretend I know Facebook ads for a niche. I am not joking. In fact, I just showed you Knox's testimonial right there. That's one of many. I can literally send you, and I've said this, it's actually a real statistic. I can literally send you a testimonial every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, including all Christmas holidays, all days off, including weekends, every single day. I could send you one testimonial every day, right? Per day. And it would take me until 2025 to stop sending you testimonials, because I've been able to synthesize information down so well for people that they've been able to get some amazing result, whether that's them scaling to 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K per month for whatever business they're in, to being able to quit their job, to being able to fly out their mums. I've even had people like mums, literal students' mums, send me voice notes thanking me for my program, saying, I'm so glad you decided to create this program because it's literally took my son from broke to now he's been able to fly me out and see my parents. I've had people being able to look after their parents when they're ill, their mom when they're ill, because of me. They've been able to buy medicine for their mom because she was ill. I've had people send me videos of them dancing around in their workplace because they're just about to quit their job for good, because I've been able to help them scale. I'm not joking. I can send, if you don't believe me, just DM me the word testimonial. I'll send you 450 something plus testimonials. They're insane. Just go to my Instagram. Just look on my highlight section. Just go look at my highlight section. Those aren't even the full ones. Sometimes I've got so many testimonials, I forget to even freaking put them in the highlight section. Like Knox's testimonial probably won't even be up there yet. But I do need to, redo that, because I want to put some new updated testimonials in there. But you guys, if you don't believe me, just go back on my previous videos. Anyway, guys, waffling now, but be careful of this stuff, man. Please be careful. Don't listen to gurus. Watch what they do instead, is what I'm trying to say. I'm the only guy in this game right now that's literally practicing what he preaches. I'm saying I'm building my personal brand. I think you guys should build your personal brand too. Then I'm talking all about personal brand, digital products, courses, coaching, information, and synthesizing that information down. And then all I'm doing is doing that whilst building my information synthesizer business, whilst helping you build your information synthesizer business. That is literally what you call practicing what you preach. How can that not be better than me trying to sell you on SMMA, getting rich from my SMMA course? I'd rather tell you guys should be building your personal brand, and I've got a program on personal branding because it worked for me. So I build my personal brand. The more I build my personal brand, the more successful I get. The more successful I get, the more I can help you with your personal brand. Isn't that what business is supposed to be? Isn't that what business is supposed to be? Somebody's good at a certain thing, so they help other people that aren't as good as them. Isn't that how you learn how to walk, talk, drive a car, ride a bike, sing if you can sing? Isn't that how you learn maths? Your parents teach you this stuff, how to walk, talk, do early maths. That's all it is. It's just being human in business form. No lying, no manipulating, no cheating, no cutting corners. I don't believe in cutting corners. Like I keep saying, my favorite saying is, if you cut corners, corners will always come back to cut you. So guys, click the link below, free training, go watch it. It will literally be more beneficial for you over the next 4 years than if you was to go and build a marketing agency and do a bunch of cold outreach. This guy has literally done that. He's done the four years of trying to do cold outreach, and he's been left with nothing. Imagine if he, instead of just doing that for 4 years, he just posted 3 times on YouTube and twice on Instagram or TikTok. Can you imagine where he'd be at now? Over 4 years, this is what you need to think. You need to start thinking long term. Over 4 years, if he just put down the SMMA stuff, put down the cold outreach stuff, and instead he picked up a camera and did 3 YouTube videos a week for 4 years straight, and did 2 TikTok videos and Instagram videos a week, the same videos on TikTok, Instagram, and he just did that for 4 years. Imagine the sort of audience he would be sitting on right now. And he already knows that this is valuable because he's already got a YouTube channel that he spent years building. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views. So he can tell you, I don't even need to say anything anymore. This perfectly proves my point to you. And if you can't see it like he says, unfortunately, you're an idiot.